And now a quick word from our sponsors here at Viral Hip Hop News. Man here from Viral Hip Hop News, letting my people know to go grab this bottle of miracle food right now. ShopperDoctor.org put together some of the best ingredients on God's green earth to help your immune system, give you a cleanse and reboot that your body deserves. Don't wait for your miracle. Grab it in Miracle Food right now. Let's go. Go purchase the original crime drama series by Daniel Webb, The House of Lazenberry, The House of Lazenberry 1978, and The House of Lazenberry, A Time to Heal at Archway Publishing or wherever books are sold right now.
He gave you guys the name. Talk about the formation of your group and when you guys were called the Band-Aid Boys. Go back to that for us, man.
Okay, so you want to go back to
the yeah
early 80s. Okay, well, I mean, you know, Flesh and Bone is my oldest brother. That's my mother's oldest child. Wishbone is my cousin. I met Crazy Bone in the 7th grade in home economics, you know what I mean? And I was beatboxing and he was rapping. And we met back then, and you know what I mean? So we came together as a 4-man crew with the homie K Chill, my brother, Flesh and Bone, Crazy Bone, and myself, and we was the Band-Aid Boys. So all through junior high, we was Band-Aid Boys. We wore Band-Aids up under our eyes, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to look rough and tough back then, you know. And so we went from Band-Aid Boys in junior high. And then at that point, our group had split up because we went to different schools going to high school. So me and Crazy stuck together. My Flesh and Bone was playing basketball in high school. He was a star, and he was a star on the basketball court. So me and Crazy kept it going, man. And Bone came in after I was after my first year of 9th grade. You know what I mean? I had got in some trouble, and I went to Texas, and life took me on my first tour back in hindsight, you know, and that's where the Bone thing came from. So me and Crazy came up with Bone Enterprise. Mm-hmm. So we was Bone Enterprise, and Bone came about Bone was like our last name. You know, our last name was Bone. So we did that for about a year, maybe year and a half, 2 years, and then Bizzy came along as the youngest member of the group. And that's when we was really doing talent shows in Cleveland. We put out a record called Faces of Death. I was in the 11th grade when we recorded that. And we did that for a few years, Bone Enterprise. We had some success in Cleveland. So we decided, you know, my brother Flesh went to California playing ball, and he ended up rapping against some guys, one of the guys that played in Menace to Society, the movie. And from the legend goes, he tore their ass up. And then after that, you know, my brother was like, he suggests we go out to California. We went to California, long story short, one-way bus tickets, man. We was out there like homeless and moving around, staying with different friends and things like that, and looking for a deal, you know. And we finally, long story short, we met with Eazy-E. And then when we met with Eazy-E, we became Bone Thugs and Harmony, because we had a song called Gangsta Harmony that turned into Thugs and Harmony, and Eazy-E felt like, he was like, man, y'all name should be Thugs and Harmony. So we had a long debate, like, no, we can't drop the Bone because Bone is our surname. You know, it became Bone Thugs and Harmony. And then 1994, we dropped Thuggish Ruggish Bone and Hello World.
Now, real quick, the story of Eazy-E. Talk about, you know, when you guys move over there to Cali, and then you trying to get with Eazy-E, so you call him up a few times, right? And then you have to rap for him as well. Can you take us back to that real quick, please?
Okay, so what happened was, so when we was living in California on a homeless tip, we had a homeboy named Don and Dina that we stayed with that allowed us to be in their shack. So we used to write songs in the shack. And every day we would call Eazy-E's office, and talked to a lady by the name of Keisha, which was his secretary or receptionist, whatever role she played at the company at that time. And we rapped to her, and she was impressed by us. So we would do that every day, and she promised us that Eazy-E, she would get Eazy on the phone for us to hear us rap. And one day, shit, he called. You know what I mean? He called Dina's house, and you know, I wasn't there at that time. I was actually going to the store. Me and one of the other bones, I believe Crazy and Bizzy was the ones who took the call and rapped over the phone. So when they rapped for Eazy-E over the phone, we thought we was on right there. Eazy-E was like, "I'm gonna get back with y'all," but he never did. And then we found out Eazy-E was doing the show in Cleveland. Everybody was talking about it. Like, man, y'all out there trying to get with Eazy-E. He got a show in Cleveland. So we got back to Cleveland, had some clout, got on the show. He didn't see us perform. And me and Bizzy ended up bum rushing backstage. Yellow, we saw Yellow Boy in the hallway. And I just started rapping in the hallway, and Eazy-E poked his head out. I was like, "Man, y'all them niggas that was on the phone." And Blase Skippy. And from there, we went to the hotel room with him that night. And after that, we had another like 2-week wait. He was like, "I'm on tour right now. I'm gonna get with y'all when I get off tour." So we waited by the phone another 2 weeks, man, and he called us back. And next thing you know, we was back on a Greyhound going back to California, but this time we was going Eazy-E, man. And that was a hell of a journey. You know, that 3-day journey going down there, man, with nothing the first time. You know, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like now you could push a button and you can send your music all over the world.
Crazy, yeah.
Right now, back then we had to actually take that trip. So that was late 1993. We left November 23rd, 1993. By June 1994, Thuggish Ruggish Bone was out.
Talk about your sound. Y'all had one of the most influential sounds of all time, and who knew back then it would be as influential as it is now. But how were you guys perceived, not only in Cleveland, but even outside of Cleveland when Eazy-E initially heard you guys and brought you guys in? What did he talk about with your sound?
I mean, people had always told us that we was different. Can you close that door for me, please? Sorry about that.
You good, brother?
Yeah, people had always told us that we was different. You know what I'm saying? I remember we did a talent show one time, and it was actually a gong show, and that was in Cleveland. This was like in the early days, and we got gonged. They was like, "Get y'all ass out of here with that Orient sounding ass rap." You know what I'm saying? They didn't understand us, but a lot of people just said we was different. But Eazy-E knew off the rip that we had something different. We never really knew. We just knew, you know, we challenged each other about who could put the most words in a bar. You know what I mean? How many words can you put in the bar? And we grew up on with, you know, our parents' music, which was, you know, the Temptations, all the Motown music. We tried to be New Edition. We tried to be Run DMC. You know what I mean? So we transitioned from childhood singing into like by 9 or 10, we was all rappers. You know what I'm saying? So our sound developed over years, and that was just us pushing each other to see who could put the most words in the rap. You know what I mean? So at first, we didn't know. We didn't know, but Eazy-E knew. In the end, he was like, "Man, y'all got something different," because we really thought singing was soft. You know what I mean? Like back then, if you was singing and you was in the streets in the hood, selling, doing whatever you was doing on the streets, you know what I mean? From our angle, we was like, "Nah, we rather rap because we hard." You know, NWA was out, we mimicked them and all that type of shit. So our transition from singing to rapping all came together and combined from junior high until we was like 10th, 11th grade. because by the time I was 18, I was famous. So it was an accumulation of time from the oldies to mixing, blending hip hop, singing, and rapping over the videos and learning each other's raps and knowing how to ad-lib our shit right. So that's how our style came about, man. It took time. People thought it was like we just came.
Hip hop, hip hop, hip hop, hip
Bars is back.
hip hop,
Sam
hip
Ant.
hop,
Oh God.
hop,
What's
hip
up with you?
hop.
I done watched them niggas do interview after interview. They not culture vultures, the culture something they been into. So if you never gave them a view, I recommend you do. Cause when they question guests, they message is not subliminal. It don't matter if you a rookie.